Hey Panthers, welcome to this week's Coach's Show. I'm Fletcher here with Coach Tennison to discuss the Lady Panthers basketball season so far. This season y'all have started off with a very strong record of 12-5 while also going 4-1 in district. What have you seen your team do so far that has allowed them to win?
Well, we talk about toughness, and we take pride in it. Everything we do is set up to improve our toughness as a team. We schedule way up in the preseason, and the kids have answered the call. And so it's fun to see their growth and just see them continue to develop chemistry and to continue to improve their toughness and execute game plans and just compete. These kids compete. And so they're a lot of fun to watch and be around every day.
Now the team played Waco University last Friday and came away with a 57-24 point win. Can you take us through a little of what happened last Friday?
We had a lot of respect for their leading scorer. Elise Jones drew the assignment and so did a great job holding her below her scoring average. The kids executed the game plan. We knew if we got caught in a half-court game with them that we could struggle, and so the kids played with probably more energy than I've seen in a few weeks. But went out and we full-court pressed them, made it a full-court game, and eventually just warmed down. But great job by the team and the energy that we brought, and a little shout out to Elise for being able to handle their big, as versatile as she was with playing with her back to the basket and also being a ball handler and shooter. So.
Now through district so far, the Lady Panthers have been very sound defensively, leaving 20-point deficits in most of your games so far. What has been working well on the other side of the basketball, and how can y'all keep this up the rest of the season?
Obviously, one of the biggest things that we talk about is playing hard when your man doesn't have it. We love to preach anticipation, anticipating plays and being hooked up. But if we're going to be a great defensive team, we take a lot of pride in playing harder when our man doesn't have the ball. And so that's paying off. We're pretty good on-ball defenders. It's just making sure that off the ball we're hooked up and able to anticipate plays and keep an edge there.
Now basketball has remained in the same district this year despite going through a rezoning year. What benefits can that have for the team?
I think it's confidence. We had such a great year. We finished second in district play last year, and then our region is wide open, and so it just gave us a lot of confidence coming off of finishing in the Elite Eight and playing the eventual state champion to triple overtime. And so us knowing who we're going against, our coaches staff has done a great job of knowing the other coaches' tendencies and philosophies on strategy, and so our kids are well prepared from our coaching staff. And so it's a lot of confidence because we know what we're walking into.
Now you have one of your players with you today. Coach, introduce us to them.
This is Kadia Ward, one of our sophomore starting point guard, and tremendous player. Got lots of potential in front of her, and one of our best defenders and scorers. And so we expect a lot out of her.
All right, let's go over to Katie Ward. Katie, what position do you play, and how'd you get started in basketball?
I'm the point guard, and how I got started in basketball was morally a death in my family, and he's always wanted me to play basketball, so I, started for him, and that's what I'm working for, to please him, even though he's in heaven. But
now, chemistry can be an important thing going into a season on a team, so how is the chemistry shaping up on this team so far into the season?
We've done really well when it comes to chemistry. I feel like we all, since our team is really young, our entire starting lineup except for one person are sophomores, so we all have really good chemistry, and we relate to a lot of things. So I think our chemistry is really going well, and we're starting to develop more as a team.
Now, what kind of differences has there been with you personally and with the team as a whole with the COVID-19 pandemic during this basketball season?
It's been really eye-opening. You have to be really aware of your surroundings now, especially after the game, hand sanitizer straight after. And I'm always around my older grandparents, so I really have to be aware around them. So, but yeah, it's an eye-opener.
Thanks, KD. Coach, the coronavirus has obviously affected your season in many ways, but what do you think are some of the biggest changes that have been so far?
I think basically planning and preparing for our season, trying to keep an environment that's safety is the number one priority. So our planning and preparation has had to change a little bit. And so just that regard, as coaches, I think we've grown from what we've been used to and how we challenge and get kids to get better. We've had to tweak that a little bit, just again to keep kids safe and provide a safe environment so we can still continue to compete.
Now the team will travel to Cleburne today to face the Yellow Jackets tonight. So what are you expecting to see from them?
High energy. They're going to run a run and jump press at us. So composure will be a huge key for tonight's game. I feel like if we handle the run and jump and their trapping defenses, we'll be fine. As long as we continue to go at them and be aggressive and match their intensity, we should be good to go.
Now what's been the focus so far in practice for today's game?
Really just handling the run and jump. So we've done a lot of odd even drills to intentionally put our kids in at disadvantages so that they're prepared for the energy. Obviously we make practices harder than what we expect to see in games, and so that helps develop our composure and our toughness. And so basically our prep for this week to prepare for their run and jump and their trapping defenses was a lot of advantage-disadvantage drills.
All right, well that wraps up this week's edition of the Coaches Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Coach Tennison, KD Ward for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
The Lady Panthers will take on the Cleburne Yellow Jackets tonight, so be sure to come out and support. If you can make it out to the game, be sure to follow all COVID-19 protocols put in place and have a safe drive out there. We'll see you next week.